Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Right now at 10, after decades with Delta, La Crosse Regional Airport is now down to one airline. Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Haugen. It's the end of an era at the La Crosse Regional Airport. After years of service, Delta Airlines is leaving the region. That leaves behind empty ticket counters and, for many, questions. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joins us live in studio with what's next. Jeremy?
Emily, at 4:05 this afternoon, Delta Airlines Flight 4756 departed La Crosse for Minneapolis, just like it has hundreds of times before. However, this time, there's no return in sight.
The labor shortage is forcing the airlines to make decisions that otherwise would not have been made. As the mainline carriers have hired pilots, they've made it difficult on their regional partners to operate the networks that they once operated prior to 2020.
Airport Director Ian Turner says there's no two ways about it. A lack of workers has taken its toll on La Crosse.
As the mainline carriers have hired pilots, they've made it difficult on their regional partners to operate the networks that they once operated prior to 2020.
It's a shortage that's made its way around the country and finally landed right here at La Crosse Regional Airport, forcing Delta to fly the coop and costing taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost revenue.
It's a big economic impact, not just to the La Crosse Airport, not just to the city of La Crosse, but to all of La Crosse County and our neighboring communities across the river and to Fort McCoy. We have the demand to support air service. The airline industry is just in a strange place where they can't fly everywhere they want to right now, and they're having to make tough decisions.
But the ones who feel it first are the passengers.
I'll probably have to drive up to Rochester or Minneapolis, which I guess will be all right, but that'll be long at the end of a trip, coming home and having to drive another 2-3 hours instead of like 20 minutes.
Titus Seiler hopes Delta will return someday.
It'd be really nice, especially for work. It'd be appreciated. It seems like people tend to use it too. Like the planes are always decently full for a small town plane.
Sue Gordon hopes American Airlines will pick up the slack.
It's not my favorite, but it might have to be. I would rather do that than to drive to Minneapolis.
Turner is optimistic the airline will come back.
Just because Delta's leaving here in June of 2023 does not mean that it's gone forever. I do see a point in the future where they will come back to this market.
Turner says he's been meeting with a number of other airlines, hoping to convince them to add La Crosse to their roster. Emily.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. According to Turner, last year, the airport saw the most seats filled on its Delta flights. Well, a Sparta man and his 12-year-old passenger are injured after a motorcycle deer crash in Vernon County this weekend. This happened Saturday afternoon, just after 2 on County Highway P. According to a report, 47-year-old Russell McElroy and his daughter were riding his motorcycle. As the group neared Colvo Road, a deer jumped in the way. McElroy braked, but wasn't able to stop in time and hit the deer. The report says his daughter was immediately thrown from the vehicle. He fell off as the motorcycle tipped over. McElroy was wearing riding gear and no helmet, while his passenger was wearing a helmet and riding gear. The sheriff's office said both had significant injuries and were taken to Gunderson Health in La Crosse. And no one is injured after a camper caught fire on Interstate 90 near West Salem yesterday evening. The West Salem Fire Department told News 8 the fire started near the 10-mile marker on Interstate 90 westbound around 6 o'clock last night. When the department arrived, the travel trailer was fully engulfed in flames. Wisconsin State Patrol says the fire was put out quickly and had a minimal effect on traffic in the area. West Salem Fire Department also tells News 8 Bangor assisted at the scene as 2 grass fires were reported along I-90 where the camper had passed. Photos show significant damage to the back half of that camper. Well, 3 major chemical companies have agreed to pay more than $1 billion to settle claims that they contaminated drinking water across the U.S. with so-called forever chemicals. Chemours, DuPont, and Corteva are facing thousands of lawsuits across the country alleging PFAS substances were used in manufacturing and then polluted the environment. The chemicals, also known as PFAS, linger in the environment and the human body and are linked to several forms of cancer. Under the agreement, the companies will contribute nearly $1.19 billion to a settlement fund. That fund will be used to help remove PFAS from public drinking water systems. It's an agreement in principle, but the companies say a definitive agreement is expected to be finalized later this year.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Gary Canulty. We had plenty of sunshine today, but that wildfire smoke coming in, you could see that on the time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam as we headed through the afternoon and into the evening. Not a lot of clouds, but a lot of that wildfire smoke that's hazy in the sky, and that will continue for a while longer. In fact, an air quality advisory is in effect until 8 a.m. Monday for all of southern and eastern Wisconsin and parts of southeastern Minnesota and eastern Minnesota. That's until 9 a.m. on Monday morning. No rain across our viewing area. Most of the shower and thunderstorm activity continues to move to the west and dissipate. High temperatures today back into the 90s in La Crosse and Eau Claire, 87 in Dubuque, Iowa, Madison 84. It was just a tad cooler farther to the east. And as we look at current temperatures, they're warm, but coming down, 83 in La Crosse, 84 right now in Eau Claire. Look for temperatures to gradually drop into the middle 50s by early tomorrow morning, but those temperatures will rise pretty quickly. Look for a high tomorrow of 84, maybe a shower or thunderstorm chance in the afternoon. Later on, I'll take a look at what our chances for rain will be over the next couple of days.
All right, thanks, Gary. Well, officials say F-16 fighter jets are responsible for a sonic boom heard across the D.C. metro area on Sunday. Those jets scrambled to respond to an unauthorized aircraft in D.C. airspace. It happened just after 3 in the afternoon, an explosive sound rattling much of that area. NORAD F-16 scrambled at supersonic speed to reach a Cessna 560 Citation V aircraft over restricted airspace around the nation's capital. The NORAD aircraft used flares, but the pilot in the civilian aircraft was unresponsive before crashing into a mountainous terrain in southwest Virginia. Officials say the F-16s did not down the aircraft. Well, recovery operations are continuing at the site of an apartment building that partially collapsed in Davenport, Iowa. 2 former tenants of the building shared their experiences when they lived in the now damaged building. Evan Denton has more.
Hard to hear the news and not know that everybody is okay. Yeah, it just kind of shakes you.
Former tenants of the Davenport, Mia Lugo and James Champion, are reflecting on their time inside of the now partially collapsed apartment complex.
My apartment was one of the ones that collapsed. It actually, like, the floor tilted slightly down towards this parking lot, and so if you set something down, like, it would roll a little bit. I'd walk up all the 5 flights, up and down every day. People's dogs went to the bathroom everywhere. Nobody cleaned it up no matter how many times you called the landlords. They didn't care about the pee in the elevators. The place was just really filthy.
James Champion says he kept having a feeling that the apartment was going to collapse.
A ceiling that was like brown, you know, from a water leak, and then it started leaking on my floor. And I'm like, this isn't okay. So I contacted the maintenance guys. They're like, oh, we'll get it fixed, we'll get it fixed. You know, it's just something small, we'll get it fixed. And they never came up and tried to fix anything.
Both Lugo and Champion moved out long before the Davenport collapsed.
I just wish that they accelerated the search more. If those people were going to be rescued, you know, we need to help them. You know, I had the neighbor living directly next to me is Brandon, who they're still looking for, so it's just heartbreaking.
They need to pay everybody for what the damages are done. They need to pay everybody to rehome, reestablish themselves, get them what they deserve, replace everything.
So the cause of that collapse is still under investigation, but days before the building came crashing down, inspectors noticed a brick facade had separated from the interior wall and it appeared ready to fall. Well, an inclusive group in La Crosse is making their voices heard today. The Special Needs Dream Team hosted its Special Needs Karaoke and Talent Show at the American Legion this afternoon. Each contestant was an individual with special needs or disabilities, and they were each given 5 minutes to share their talents with the judges. The organization has been around since 2018, but this is the talent show's first year.
I love them all. I just love it. I mean, I think it's just giving them a great opportunity to show what they can do.
The judges were looking for 3 things: costume, song choice, and how cool was that? The top 3 winners each got trophies, and every contestant got a medal for participating. Later this summer, the organization is throwing its Special Needs Prom with a Disney at Night theme. That is coming up on August 20th. Well, coming up on News 8, homework starts with home. How a creative collaboration in one Minnesota town is keeping families on their feet. That's coming up later. But first, a race to the White House, a look at the economy and political landscape now that the deal is done. That's coming up next. Stay with us.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping. The Memorial Day sale ends Monday at Home Furniture.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
During Home Seasonal Concepts Memorial Day patio sale, get up to 30% off regular prices on the largest selection of outdoor furnishings, like this 4-piece wicker patio set for just $11.99, and get 6-year special financing at Home Seasonal Concepts Memorial Day patio sale.
At least 2 more candidates are expected to jump into the presidential race next week. As that heats up, there are concerns over where the economy currently stands. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports.
President Biden out on the golf course Sunday with the debt ceiling deal now signed, some lawmakers calling for a real debate about how to avoid getting this close to the brink of default again.
It's a shame that we didn't acknowledge it much quicker. 3 months ago at least. The reserve currency of the world has to have stability where people believe that it's safe. You can't play these games.
Attention turning to the current state of the U.S. economy and concern we could experience a recession later this year. Brian Moynihan is CEO of Bank of America.
It's basically third quarter this year, fourth quarter this year, into first quarter, a mild recession.
But the economy is sending mixed signals, with Friday's jobs report showing the U.S. adding twice the number of anticipated jobs, more than 330,000. The Fed, meantime, has implemented 10 straight rate hikes over the past 14 months to curb stubbornly high inflation, which remains high.
Maybe the Fed should pause and let the effects of all this take hold, and let's be seeing what happens.
All of this as campaign primary season heats up, with both former Vice President Mike Pence and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie expected to announce their bids for the GOP nomination next week.
I didn't plan it. I didn't authorize it.
There are currently 7 GOP primary candidates, with former President Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis leading the pack in the polls. Well, coming up on News 8, Marching for Peace. Groups in Milwaukee came together to walk the streets and call for solutions to gun violence. That's coming up next.
This season, LCT's Black Box series projects the voices of the LGBTQ community. Dramas, comedies, and musicals make up this very important series. Series passes are now on sale. To purchase yours, call the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
Love your home but hate your bathroom? Convert the ugly old tub to a safe, convenient walk-in shower or a new soaker tub if that's your style. Remove your old flooring, toilet, vanity, and replace it with one of the wonderful options found in our showroom. Designers to plan it, carpenters, electricians, and plumbers to complete it. The Board Store Home Improvements. Improving your home, improving your life. Bathrooms, kitchen, flooring, and more. Call or visit our showroom at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Suffering from sinus congestion, especially at night? Try Vicks Sinex for instant relief that lasts up to 12 hours. Vicks Sinex targets congestion at the source, relieving nasal congestion and sinus pressure by reducing swelling in the sinuses. Try Vicks Sinex.
Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska is your corporate headquarters for all business or personal travel in the Coulee region. Conveniently located within walking distance of 6 restaurants, retail locations, and 3 grocery stores. We are at the hub of your corporate visit. With hot breakfast served daily, meeting rooms for corporate presentations, and a state-of-the-art workout facility. We have everything you need for your next business trip.
Tune in Fridays at noon for Financial Fridays with WNB Financial and Holman. Learn about important topics in banking and finance from a local team that's focused on service, solutions, and community. WNB Financial, more than a bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This season, LCT's Black Box series projects the voices of the LGBTQ community. Dramas, comedies, and musicals make up this very important series. Series passes are now on sale. To purchase yours, call the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Wear Orange Weekend is an initiative to show support for gun violence prevention. Yesterday, groups in Milwaukee came together to host a peace walk. They say they hope this walk can bring awareness to gun violence in their community.
If you see a child doing something, say something. Communicate with your child.
Just don't let them get killed.
Today, Milwaukee groups demanding action to solve the problem of gun violence in the community.
Enough is enough. We see too many violent stories on the news and the media, and we want people to understand how they can be safe, how they can create safe neighborhoods, and how we can really help change Milwaukee.
Moms demand action and safe and sound among those joining in for a peace walk in solidarity with family of victims and survivors of gun violence around Wisconsin.
In my opinion, that in order to reduce the violence in Milwaukee, we must take back our community.
The message elevated right now during Gun Violence Awareness Month and Wear Orange Weekend.
This weekend is all about ceasefire weekend, and so we want people to wear orange for the purpose of amplifying the importance of gun violence awareness.
And hoping to find a solution in the city.
Well, even just today, if you're at home going about running errands, wear something orange. Talk to your neighbors about why you're wearing orange. Send an email to your state legislator if you have a minute today. Double check your gun, make sure it's locked up.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Gary Canulty. In our bottom line for the weather, look for more hazy wildfire smoke overnight and probably into at least tomorrow morning before it starts to dissipate a little bit. We'll see some shower and thunderstorm chances mainly tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night, maybe a chance of a shower lingering into Tuesday morning, but the rain is going to be spotty at best. And then we've got a period of dry weather with a warm up with high temperatures back into the 80s by Friday and Saturday of the end of the week. On Doppler track, you can see most of Wisconsin now in the clear as far as precipitation is concerned. Showers and thunderstorms across Minnesota and Iowa are moving back toward the west and southwest and are dissipating and will dissipate overnight. Future track shows that we'll see partly cloudy skies, especially as we head toward tomorrow morning, and you'll see a few showers and thunderstorms pop up to the north. This is actually with a cold front that'll be dropping southward. Won't have much of an effect on temperatures tomorrow. We'll still be in the middle 80s, but again, a spotty shower or thunderstorm could pop up in the afternoon into the overnight hours, and then as we get into Tuesday morning, a little cooler air comes in, not by much. Maybe we drop our temperatures by a couple of degrees, but the shower and thunderstorm chances in the morning move back out to the west and to the south, and we should be dry by Tuesday afternoon. As far as precipitation is concerned, you see just how spotty the nature of the precipitation is. There'll be a few pockets where there might be a ½ inch to an inch of rain and a heavier shower or thunderstorm, about maybe 30% of our viewing area getting some light rain showers, and then the rest of the area probably staying dry. It's just hard to tell exactly who's going to get the rain and who isn't. But over the next 10 days, we're looking at very little in the way of additional rainfall. About a quarter to a half inch in La Crosse, maybe a little bit more up toward Eau Claire and back toward the Twin Cities. The storm track will stay out to the west of us, so that'll keep the best chances for rain away. And this time of year, we should be looking at about an inch to an inch and a half of rain over that time period, and that's just going to continue to make things dry. High temperatures today in the 90s from our viewing area westward into much of Minnesota and Iowa. Temperatures in the 80s across the rest of Wisconsin away from Lake Michigan. And you can see across the Midwest, the bulk of the heat, again, centered basically from Minnesota and western Wisconsin down into Missouri and Illinois. Temperatures well into the 90s. On Weather Track, you can see those scattered showers and thunderstorms moving back toward the west. So they're getting at least some rain over parts of the country that could use it, but we're going to stay high and dry. Again, the next scattered showers and thunderstorms up to the north will probably drop in, especially as we head into tomorrow afternoon. But right now, temperatures are still pretty warm, even though winds are out of the northeast. Dew point temperatures have started to come up a little bit, so we're getting at least a little bit more moisture in the air, but again, it's only going to translate into some spotty showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Again, air quality advisory in effect until 8 a.m. on Monday morning for most of Wisconsin and until 9 a.m. for our viewers in Minnesota. Otherwise, the 7 to 10 day forecast, look for a high temperature of 84 tomorrow, 79 on Tuesday. We stay in the 70s for a couple of days and then warm back up into the low 80s by the end of the week. Maybe some thunderstorm chances by Saturday. Another period of dry weather with temperatures in the 80s for the following week.
And now it's time to announce the chosen Picturing Our Community photo for the week. This week's winner is Heather Fisher of Stoddard with this shot of river sunsets. Every week we pick a photo to be shared in a gallery on our website at news8000.com and socially on our News 8 Now Facebook page, Twitter, and Instagram. If you'd like to participate, just head to news8000.com, click on Submit Photos and Videos under the Home tab, and then click on Picturing Our Community and enter your photo. A new winner will be chosen every Friday, announced Sunday night, and then showcased online Monday morning. And coming up in sports, Cade takes you back to yesterday's state track competition to highlight a few more area athletes. And the Brewers are going for their third straight win over in Cincinnati. Cade has the highlights after the break.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Whether you need routine care or specialty care, Mayo Clinic Health System offers the best options for care where and when you and your family needs it.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love.
And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day today, and we can expect much more of the same over the next few days.
Motorcycles are not invisible. But they can seem that way to drivers who aren't paying close attention. Look twice for motorcycles. Seeing them is saving them.
La Crosse Glass and Overhead Doors has been selling, servicing, and installing garage doors since 1964 and believe garage doors should be exceptional quality and craftsmanship. We guarantee to help you select a door to fit all of your needs. We offer a large stock inventory of CHI overhead doors, including residential, commercial, rolling steel, and high-speed doors. Visit our website and design the door of your dreams with CHI Door Visions. Get your free quote today.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Cade Overton.
It was a long and hot 2 days for the state track and field championships hosted right here in La Crosse. We had a ton of great performances during the finals yesterday, and if you missed it, we have a full recap on our website at news8000.com. Now, we couldn't get everyone in that recap, so I just wanted to share a few performances that we weren't able to get to. It was a packed house yesterday morning at UWL, and in the Division II 300-meter hurdles, we had a pair of area hurdlers on the podium, with Prairie du Chine's Blake Theory taking 4th and La Crosse Logan's Avon Smith taking 3rd. Theory would also take 5th in the triple jump. In Division V, we had a couple of runners from Wazeeka Steuben. Seth Bunder is trying to improve on his 2nd place finish from last year. He's not quite going to get 1st, but Bunder's with a good run and a 2nd place finish. And his teammate Lucius Cooley would take 2nd in both the Division III 110-meter hurdles and the 300-meter hurdles as well. And in the girls 300-meter hurdles, Westby's Megan Nelson made the podium, taking 4th place. All right, switching gears to the Brewers. They're trying to clinch the series win over in Cincinnati, and what a day for Andrew Monasterio. 2 on in the first, and in just his 5th game in the major leagues, Monasterio is going deep. Center fielder giving chase, but that ball is gone. His first career home run, and that gives the Brewers a 3-0 lead. Then in the 5th, nobody on for Victor Caratini, and he just crushes this ball. This one isn't even close. A solo shot to deep right field, and that makes it 4-0 Milwaukee. And they weren't done. Same inning. 2 men on for Owen Miller, and the Wisconsin native stays hot. He hits a shallow pop-up to center field. That gets down. Joey Weimer comes around to score. Milwaukee adds another as they would go on to win 5-1. So that makes it 3 straight wins for the Brewers as they clinch the series win and will be going for the series sweep tomorrow evening. Milwaukee ends the weekend with a half-game lead over Pittsburgh in the division, and they've been dealing with quite a few injuries, but as long as they can keep getting production out of their young core, they should be just fine. And speaking of injuries, a quick update on Willy Adames. After taking a line drive foul ball right to the head, Adames was back in action during a rehab start with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And if you ask me, he looks like he wants to be back in the big leagues. Adames with a solo home run over the left field wall and put that on things that you love to see. It's still not certain when he will be back, but after watching this, I'm sure it's soon. All right, Cubs on the road in San Diego. Marcus Stroman on the mound for Chicago, and here he is with a nice strikeout to end the first inning. A big day on the mound for him. Cubs lead 1-0 in the 2nd inning, and here's Yan Gomez. Nobody on, but he doesn't care. He's going to send one out to center field for a solo shot to extend the lead to 2. All right, same inning, 2 on for Dansby Swanson, and he's going to find the grass out in left center field. Both runners are going to come in to score. Swanson is in with a 2-run RBI double, and the Cubs get a big win 7-1 over the Padres. And over in Minnesota, the Twins are hosting the Cleveland Guardians. Joe Ryan with a solid outing into the 7th inning, but makes a mistake here with a runner on. Josh Naylor sends one deep to right field, and that actually goes off the wall, so no home run, but Jose Ramirez comes around to score, and the Guardians take the lead. Same inning, and this time Andres Jimenez crushes one to right center. And again, this one goes off the wall. Naylor will come in to score, and Cleveland takes a 2-run lead. Next inning, and Willie Castro is going to make this one a 1-run game. He homers to deep right field, but it's not going to be enough as Cleveland closes it out and gets the win 2-1. And real quick to end the show, the Loggers were on the road in Rochester taking on the Honkers. Loggers fall 9-4 and are now 3-4 on the season. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping. The Memorial Day sale ends Monday at Home Furniture.
Pilgrims in Arcadia is looking to add maintenance technicians and want you to apply. We offer you on-site training in our new state-of-the-art training center, flexibility with 4 different shifts, competitive pay, career advancement, and a hefty benefits program. Here's what our employees have to say.
I would encourage anybody looking for a job in maintenance to come to Pilgrims because we give them the opportunity to train and advance their careers through our program.
If you are looking for a good, stable, reliable job, Pilgrims is the place to work.
Apply in person at our recruiting office, Main Street, Arcadia.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 home shopping card with free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
There's a new program in one Minnesota town for kids whose parents are struggling to pay their bills. It's a partnership between the schools and the YMCA in Osseo, Minnesota, thanks to a creative grant. Homework Starts with Home Northwest. That's a program that helps bring assistance to families in need, helps with housing support and job support. Sonia Mills, a mother of 8, almost lost her home a few months ago amid her battle with ovarian cancer.
When you're African American and you have a lot of children, and you're on the system, you're not looked at as, shall I say, normal. You're looked at as, you're struggling, you're on welfare, you're a nobody. You have no voice.
After Sonia got connected with the program, in a matter of months, she got a new home and a new lease on life. She says it gave her real hope.
If they are staying in their home, their kids are going to school. They don't have to be uprooted and moved elsewhere or experience homelessness at a young, vulnerable age like that.
Sonia says she's looking for work now and has no signs of cancer anymore. The Homework Starts with Home program has only been in existence for less than a year. They've already found 20 families in the Northwest Metro permanent homes. We'll be right back.
It's easy to see when you have a plumbing problem, but when it comes to your water, things aren't always so clear. Without water conditioning, your water may be doing more harm than good. Hard water can damage your pipes and appliances, leave spotting on dishes, as well as dry out your skin and hair. Contact the professionals at Maxwell White. More than a plumbing company, we offer comprehensive water conditioning. That's 2 great services under one roof. Enjoy cleaner dishes, softer and brighter clothes, and much more with a simple call to Maxwell White. Water conditioning done right.
We've got you. It's a pledge to make sure you're always taken care of. A pledge that your Touchstone Energy Cooperative honors each and every day. When it comes to keeping things running smoothly or getting them back on track when they're not, we've got you. Always. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
So many hotels.
Trouble booking the family vacay? Come on. Comfort does free hot breakfast for the whole fam. They have waffles. And splendid pools.
Book direct at choicehotels.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Tune in Fridays at noon for Financial Fridays with WNB Financial in Holman. Learn about important topics in banking and finance from a local team that's focused on service, solutions, and community. WNB Financial, more than a bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ho-Chunk Gaming in Nakusa and WKBT News 8 want to bring awareness to sexual assault prevention in the Ho-Chunk community and our surrounding areas. 1 out of every 3 women have been sexually assaulted. Indigenous women are 2.4 times more likely to be assaulted than Caucasian women. Ho-Chunk Nakusa wants to help put a stop to these crimes. and help educate our community on the importance of sexual assault prevention.
Definitely a long weekend for you after state track, right?
Oh, I'm exhausted, but it was so much fun seeing all of our area athletes go out there and give it their all. I'm glad a couple of our schools got to bring home some gold medals too, including Toma's first individual state title in 71 years.
That is so
cool.
impressive.
So
I'm
cool.
proud. Thank you so much for watching News 8. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow night.